What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Digibyte today. This one comes to us at the request of, who was it that requested this? We're going to figure it out real quick. We will do helium too. All right. James here, 123. I love the 123, man. We are doing the Digibyte video for you, my man. Thank you for the request. This one's for anybody watching, but this is an OG coin. It's definitely an OG coin. Kind of looks like Litecoin overall, right? You got this like double top, higher lows, whatever. What's Digibyte at right now? What is it? And you know, I haven't really given my thoughts on it yet. But why is it not? Come on now. DGB. Yeah, there we go. Number 214. That's crazy, man. This thing used to be in the top 100. Going from the top 100 to number 214 is not necessarily encouraging, though the chart does not look bad. Let's be completely fair. It does not look bad at all. You know, as long as you maintain this higher low scenario that you got going. Let's see. Let's do a couple of quick things. Monthly RSI looks like whatever. It's okay. You look like you're bottoming at a classic area, I would say, for the fib basis. You held support right here twice. You might have double bottomed over here even. I think this thing does. I think it's done going lower. Though it could go lower. You know, there's a couple cryptos that might go lower. Let's see. I like it, man. I like that as a bottom, honestly. I think DGB does want to go up from here. It's worth 0.79. Let's just call it 0.8 cents right now, at least on Bittrex. So that might not be the most accurate. DGB USD on nope, not USDE, on Binance is worth 0.78 cents, so whatever, 0.8 cents, we'll just call it that on Bittrex for now. We're using the Bittrex chart because it has the most historical data as far as what I can see. And let's see here. I wonder from top to bottom if this was the low, in fact, what we could expect for DGB, and I would expect that if we came back up to these highs that we would break through up to new highs. Yes, this was technically the all-time high. It's slightly higher than this one. I would call that a double top, honestly, but I would expect that if we get back up in this area, we are likely going to go to 45 cents, maybe even to $1.45. And right now it has a market cap of $129 billion. It's not fully diluted, but whatever. You know, DGB is definitely a legitimate project. They haven't had a rug pull. They've been around for a while. That says something in the crypto space. Let's see. What would that be, price or percentage-wise, right? If you're at 0.7, that would be over a 100x, right? To go up to the 1618. So yeah, and I mean this thing could do an over 100x. It's totally possible in this coming cycle. I would say there are some obstacles that you need to pass before those even come into play. Mainly, obviously, this 236, right? You need to get above 1.363 cents, and then you need to get above the 382, which is at 2.2 cents. And then most importantly of everything, you know, even if you disregard these, cool, whatever, more power to you. If you show respect, if you reject it here again, that's okay. If you reject that, that's okay. What you really want to do, though, is throughout this bull market, you want to make your way up to this 0.618, which is at about 5 cents. Just a little bit below 5 cents, but right there at about 5 cents, and you want to break it. If you can break it on the first pass, great. If you reject it and you come back and you break it on the second pass, great. If you reject it twice and then on the third pass you break it, I would say you might not break these all-time highs. Actually, you very well could stop around the 886 or the 786. So this orange line is something to pay attention to for sure. And again, if you break through it on the first pass, that would be the most encouraging thing to see. Break through it, find support on it, and then you're golden up until these extensions. And the minimum extension I would give it is 45 cents to $1.45. And I think that's possible. I think it really does have a chance there. You know, 100x from here at the current price of 7.9 cents with a market cap of 129.5 million. Let's just call it 130 million. If it was to 100x from here, that would be that'd be a $13 billion market cap. That's what that would be, right? Yeah, 13 billion, yeah. Which is totally achievable, especially for an OG coin. I actually, guys, if you haven't seen my videos, you haven't seen me call this, I've been calling for an OG coin rally. Everybody's like, what's the next rally going to be? What's the next thing going to be? And I'm just like spitballing here, you know. My prognosis would be that I think we're going to have an OG coin rally is what we're going to have. You know, and there's going to be some new coins that do really well too. There always is. But I think, you know, OG coins like this could do really well. OG coins like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Stellar Lumens, you know, coins that I wouldn't say like EOS. I don't think so, honestly. EOS is a forgotten project. ADA even could, you know, do well, but it's going to be an OG coin rally. That's what I'm kind of anticipating at the moment. But this would definitely fit in that bill. So if and when we get above the 618 at about 5 cents, I would say you are very likely going up into these extensions. Until then, we're just you know, chilling, and that's okay. Let's get into before I just like keep going over the same stuff. Let's get into the weekly and see here. Yeah, you're below the 50, whatever. You look like you're accumulating right here. There's not a whole lot of volume. Maybe we can use Binance now that we're not looking at it overall. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Slightly lower low. Volume increasing as you're coming up here out of that low. That's kind of nice actually to see. Kind of looks like an eve and an atom, but it's kind of weird. RSI doesn't look bad. You broke out of this descending structure a little bit, right? You came off of this oversold zone. You went, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it, but you did reject the 50. You might be coming down in the meantime. Maybe you come back down and form a higher low before you break out of this little descending range that you have here and go further. Let's see where you topped off on this here. Top to bottom. You're kind of in no man's land, honestly. Maybe that's not the right one to use. Maybe this would be better. Or maybe, you know, if that's the slightly lower low, maybe this would be better. I don't know. Maybe you don't go lower. Maybe you don't go too much lower. If you do go lower, I would expect that you hold the 0.65 area, somewhere around there. Yeah, 0.65 to 0.63. You probably would have a higher low. I do think that this low is safe. I think that maybe you come down, and then let's see if anything else lines up with that before I carry on. I mean, you could stop at 0.7 cents, right around there. You might even go to the 6.9 or the 7.86, something like that. That's totally fine. I very much do doubt that you come anywhere near this low. If you were to go below 0.63, this thing might be in jeopardy of going lower. That totally is possible. But at the moment, I am inclined to believe that the low is in for this thing and it does want to go up higher. I could be wrong on that. But the weekly RSI, at the moment, it isn't too strong, but I do like the look of it. You know, I think that it has potential to finally break out of this kind of like below the 50 area that it's been in for quite a while. Let's look at the daily. And that could be wrong. Yeah, man, you were hugging this purple line, right? When you hugged it from the upside coming down, that broke you down. Now you're hugging it from the downside coming up. This actually looks kind of good. Maybe you don't go lower. I don't know, man. The rest of crypto looks like it wants to go down, and that's why I'm saying that. So maybe you have some kind of like flash crash down or something that just gives you momentum to go up, and you're going to have a like this looks good, man. This actually looks really good. So maybe you do. I don't know. You might not even have to do that. You might just break up from here, which is totally fine. Daily RSI looks neutral. I would say it looks good though. Neutral with a good tilt to it. You are below the 50 on the long-term RSI, and you're below the purple line, so whatever, that's fine. It would not be out of the norm to go a little lower from here, but maybe you don't go as low as I was talking about before. Maybe you only go down to like 0.74, you know, which from here, that would be a price move of not even 6 cents, man. I don't know. I kind of like it on a daily basis. Let's see. 4-hour basis, a little weaker. Yeah, maybe you do go lower. It's okay. That's totally fine. You are barely above the 50 now. If you were to go below it, I think you could. It's really hard to say, man. It's really hard to say. I guess this is what I would do, is look for a breakout one way or another. So if you break out of this range to the downside, where you're likely going to go is around 0.7 cents, okay? Anywhere from maybe 0.74 to 0.7 cents itself. Let's even go take it a step further and say 0.68. So 0.74 to 0.68 cents, somewhere at the 6.9 and the 0.5, the green line and the white line there, somewhere in that range overall. That's what I would say that you're going to do if you break on a daily basis, if you close below this low here. And honestly, even if you really on a daily basis, if you close below this low, because what I think that was a fake out and you came back up, right? And now you're holding support on this white line. this upper white line, I would take it a step further and say if you close below this white line, you really are in jeopardy of coming down here. Maybe you don't go as low as I was thinking before, and that's fine. That's okay. But then from there you go up. If that doesn't happen, if you're not actually going to go down from here and you're going to go up, what you'd want to see to the contrary of that, right? You had a fake out to the upside here, so I'm not going to count that. I would say this line at 0.83 cents, you'd want to break this line. And by break it, I mean closing above it on a daily basis. It'd be really nice to see a day that closes above it and then you continue to move further from there. You don't have a bearish candle like this, you know, just a straight rejection out back into the zone. Ooh, man. Is this a... I would say this looks kind of like a bullish flag. Kind of, but not really. I don't like these wicks. You're on Binance. Man, these wicks are kind of crazy. Let's see here. I don't know. It looks like it wants to continue upwards. If I like really had to guess, it looks like it wants to continue upwards. But if it takes a little turn down, don't be surprised. And then it'll probably continue upwards from there. So look for that break, man. Just look for that break. That's all I got to really say on it is look to see if it breaks below about 0.79 cents, right? 0.787, somewhere around there. Or if you can get a day to close above 0.83 cents. Either of those, and you are closer to the slower one right now, either of those would probably indicate the direction that you're going to go in the near term. The 4 hour does look a little bit more bearish, I would say. Yeah, on the RSI it does for sure. And I mean on the price too. Kind of neutral on the 1 hour with a bearish tilt. I'll give it that. Definitely a bearish tilt. So maybe you do go down the short term, but again, I really don't know, man. I feel like I keep saying I don't know. The main thing is I do think that this thing has the potential for a spectacular bull rally. And if it does, you know, from top to bottom here, what you could expect would be a move that would take you anywhere from about 46 cents to $1.52, okay? That is totally possible, totally achievable, and you could even see prices above that. But I like Digibyte. It has my respect, man. It's an OG coin for sure. Got to give it to it. And its overall structure, if we're looking at the, not Doge, sorry, DGB, just force of habit there. DGB, this is a good looking chart. It kind of reminds me of Litecoin, and I think Litecoin's going to do good this cycle. This thing, I would say, has even potentially more room to gain than Litecoin does. If it only goes to about 45, 46 cents, you know, from the current price, that would be an increase of about 55x, 56x. So that's really not bad at all. It's nothing to be bashful over. If it was to go up to $1.50, like the 1618, that's where that is. You could see anywhere from about like 180 to a 200x actually. That's totally possible. So definitely one to watch. I did not expect that. Man. I kind of forgot about Digibyte, as I'm sure most of crypto did, but this thing might have some good things in store. It is holding this overall uptrend that it's in, which is very impressive over the years in crypto. That's something that's very impressive to see. Yes, you're below this line, whatever. That's okay though. You know, diagonal lines aren't that big of a deal. They can be disrespected, and then like this could literally be your last moment where people are like, oh, we're holding this line, oh, we broke it, now it's going to hell, and that's your moment to buy, and then it goes up. I don't know. If I was to be wrong on this and it doesn't do that, you know, you'd probably see some resistance around the 382, which would be around like 2.2 cents, I think. Yeah. Or maybe even get up to the 618, but you don't break it, and you know, either of those, they're a little bit far away right now, so that's just something to watch in the future. But ultimately, you really do want to get above the 618 if and when the time comes, because you'd really like to get up here. If you break above the 618, you're likely going to see these extensions. But again, that's on the first pass or second pass attempt that you'd want to see that. If it's the third pass, you could still go up here, but the odds would be more looking like the 886 or the 786. You'd see a deep retracement, not an extension. So with that, I think that's all I got to say on this thing. Yeah, man, I like the chart. I definitely like the chart. So what? It might go down from here. It could go up from here. It is moving sideways. Maybe it just keeps moving sideways. Who knows? But at the current point in time with the rest of the market, I would say that we probably go down, and that's okay. And then ultimately go up. Man, I'm using the wrong one here. But yeah, if you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and that's all I got for you. So take care, bye-bye. I will see you on the next one.